Mon Premier Comic Con. Comic Con has always been an event that I wanted to visit from many years. But I never had the guts to ask my parents for the money. I was refused comics once I reached grade 10. So I knew it would be very funny and hard to convince my parents for the same. This time it was different. I have started living alone. I have been staying out with my friends since 2009 except for the odd 2014. This has helped me realize a lot of my wish list, and I only told about going to Comic-Con to my parents after my photos came up laughing face. Also, I had a colleague who was super pumped about Comic-Con. That was one major factor. Thanks man. So this time I booked the tickets well in advance. I had also set my mind on face. The dress was my major concern. I did not mind it going horribly wrong, but I did want people to realize who I was. That is when I was sure that I'll be doing Mad Hatter, and then the hair thing became the issue. I did realize later that it wasn't that big of a problem, thanks to Team Abs. Super Mario swept me off my feet. I had been playing Super Mario on Game Boy, then the TV with my friends, cousins, and also at school we were shown Super Mario cartoons with his brother Luigi wearing the green hat. That's the moment I was certain and I knew I would do Super Mario. The day was November the 7th. That is when I realized I needed an overall, a cap and a glove. The glove wasn't an issue, since I had bought a similar kind of glove for another random assignment. I could explain about it, but I might end up in a prison. I started searching for overalls and the fastest delivery I got was for the 11th and it was costly, considering I almost certainly wouldn't be wearing it again. That's when I thought of assigning this job to a tailor. The cap I got a solution from my colleague. I had a Superman cap that was to be made a Super Mario one. That was November 8th. November 9th I get up, I hear that 501,000 rupee notes are banned. I go to office and my colleague asks me, what will you do about the costume? I was like, I will give it to a tailor. That's when it hit me, I was as good as a pauper with 174 rupees. But still I go to a tailor and ask how much to stitch the costume. I explain to him my house is near and I am willing to give some guarantee for it. That's when he quotes a price for which I could have brought a brand new dungaree. That's when the SUPW credit in high school came up for its worth. I had stitched a teddy bear in school in 8th grade. SUPW equals greater than socially useful productive work. I started to stitch. It was horrible, every stitch would be visible like the stain from a person who uses pawn. I had a very tough time measuring myself as I didn't have a scale, measuring tape. Now I think of it, I mean right now when I'm documenting it, I could have used the thread instead. Instead I used some basic utensils from the kitchen. The day arrived and as I got out of the room into the road waiting for the taxi, that's a story in itself, I started feeling apprehensive. To make matters worse, we had to wait right in front of an ATM. November 12th, and in front of an ATM was the last place you wanted to be if you wanted to be inconspicuous. There were a lot of weird faces, of which a few I will remember for a long time. The driver's expression when he picked us up cannot be explained, it has to be experienced. It was all worth it. This is how I ended up looking. Team Abs. We were in it together and I would have never pulled it off without these two. It was crazy out there, with lot of random people come to us, wanted to click pics, saying nice words. These compliments were really soothing and made my efforts worthwhile. Day 2. Since I was cosplaying the first day, I couldn't visit the stalls and there were some really cool ones which I wanted to visit. So I tagged along a friend who wanted to go, actually I forced him. Day 2 was fun because I could go see all the stalls which I liked and I could notice all the other cosplayers. I did return the favor by complimenting them on their hard work and talking about the exhausting task of clicking pics with random people. These people who stuck to their characters religiously. I have included just a few pics, some for taking me to my childhood, the pure pain undergone to get it right, and the Indian spice added to Spidey. Also at the stalls were a lot of Indian comics, like this one Mighty Girl and Chakra created in a joint venture with Stan Lee. They gave me a blue mask as in the earlier pic with my friend. Then I saw this and I wanted the black mask and some guy in the stall was like, it's for girls, some random guy. I explained that if I wanted the black mask there was no reason that I shouldn't be offered one just because I'm a guy or vice versa.